Good morning, everyone. It is time for First Alert Weather Extra. I am First Alert Meteorologist Jill Gilardi here, and we have a lot to talk about. Well, I have a lot to talk about and fill you on in. So let's get to it. We have, in terms of our headlines, occasional rain chances in the short term today and tomorrow. And then we have Thursday, the heat and humidity getting up into that very uncomfortable range. Could be, dangerous if you're not cautious. And then we have also the threat for severe storms on Thursday afternoon. So certainly a First Alert weather day for that. Then we catch a little break, and then here goes the heat. The heat is on. We'll begin Sunday, but really this first heat wave, it's going to be really kicking into gear starting on Monday. So First Alert weather day, at least for Monday, we could be extending it for several days in a row next week due to the heat and humidity. So the temperature forecast, today we're held back. There's more showers out there, more clouds. So I guess that's nice in some ways. Tomorrow's not going to be bad in terms of our temperatures, but yeah, it really skyrockets for Thursday. We're noticing today a little muggier out there. And that will be the trend for that dew point to be in that muggy, if not close to the oppressive range through at least Thursday. Then it falls and it feels so much better Friday and Saturday, and then goes right back upwards again, leading us into the first heat wave of the year. So Thursday is the First Alert weather day. It's going to be hot, it's going to be humid, and we're going to have to deal with some areas seeing those scattered heavy downpours and even a threat for severe storms. So that will be the focus for Thursday afternoon. In terms of our record right now, we're forecasting 92, 97 was the previous record. So falling short of record highs, but closer to records than the actual high of about 80 degrees. So the chance for wet paws, chance for showers and, things getting wet. It's kind of low to moderate today. Tomorrow, slightly lower chance, but still not completely dry by any means. You'll see that in a little bit. And then Thursday, a higher chance for that once those storms roll in through. So the good news is with the morning rain, we don't need to water the lawn and garden today. So I'm pumped about that because I'm out there every day, especially with the potted plants, taking care of them, giving them a little drink. All right, so First Alert Futurecast, watch this as we kind of walk through. So this morning has become a little wetter than what the data was originally showing, but that's the way it goes in the world of weather. Things change. During the afternoon, notice the coverage is way lower than what we're experiencing right now, so we'll have more dry periods. Then here comes another round of rain going into tomorrow morning. Could be a burst of heavy rain tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, pretty tame, and then tomorrow evening, we'll have to watch for a few showers, maybe even a couple thunderstorms developing, and then we're quiet with some fog to start off Thursday morning. Thursday afternoon doesn't take long. Notice those arrows are really starting to zip it. So we're going to have some strong to severe storms developing, kind of scattered in nature. So they're most intense late afternoon, early evening hours at 6 o'clock, and then they move on out. So certainly going to be impacts to outdoor plans. The severe threat, there is a slightly higher chance, as usual, for the western part of the state to see the severe storms, and a slightly lower chance, but we're still in that zone, level 1 versus level 2, not, much of a difference other than just a slightly greater chance where you have the yellow. So yeah, we'll be watching for those damaging winds, maybe a hail producer at this point in time. For Thursday, so today, off and on showers. It's not rain all day, but the chance is there. That's what more so the icons are telling you. The chance exists, so keep a watch on the First Alert weather app, the radar, to know if you have a little break in the action developing, take the dog out, go for a walk yourself, things like that. As we take a look at the forecast along the shoreline, same goes it. We'll have some drier periods as the afternoon and early evening goes on. This is the best part of the forecast, maybe. If you've been sniffling and sneezing, the pollen forecast is going to be on the low end side thanks to all this rain and clouds around. Tomorrow, we will be warmer. There is that chance for morning rain. There could be a late day shower or storm, as I was showing you on First Alert Futurecast, but it will be drier and muggier tomorrow. So upper 70s inland, some rain and a little bit of fog to start along the shoreline tomorrow, and then middle 70s for highs. So wet weekends, Well, we made it number 16 last weekend. We'll come close. It'll be close. Maybe we can stop the streak, but all it takes is one rain shower to ruin it. All right. The precipitation outlook is trending in the other direction, though. Looks like 6 to 10 days out, leaning drier than normal, and then we go right back to leaning a little bit wetter than normal. But the big story going into next week is going to be the heat, above average temperatures, very likely. All right, so what's normal? 58 for a low, 80 for a high. So below that for today, thanks to the clouds and the rain. And then tomorrow, the rain coverage in the morning will be the greatest compared to the rest of the day. Then a late day shower storm possible. So we'll have more opportunities to warm up. So right now going for low 80s. Either way, it will be warmer than it is today. The warming trend continues. Thursday, it peaks into the low 90s, feeling hotter because it's going to be humid. It is Juneteenth. It is Travelers. The tournament really gets going. And it is a first alert weather day because we'll have to be mindful of any notifications. Pay attention to changing sky conditions on Thursday with those strong to severe storms quickly developing in the afternoon, early evening hours. Summer begins Friday night. It's going to be much more comfortable, beautiful weather to end the week. So Friday, Saturday, a pair of very nice days. Even Sunday could be lumped in. Now it starts to get a little hotter and a little muggier on Sunday. So really, out of the next 7 days, Friday and Saturday may be the top in terms of, not too hot, no rain, and not too humid. But Sunday we start up that the heat and humidity starts to build. Just an isolated shower chance at best. So that's good news. And then Monday, 94. That's not how it's going to feel, though. It could feel like the century mark because it's going to be hot and humid. So an awful combination and can be very taxing on the body. So if you must work outside in these conditions, we're giving you that first alert so you can just start to prepare your hydrating a day or two before, and then obviously the day of. But at least you're getting your body used to it and taking those breaks from the heat. So that is your latest first alert weather extra. I know a lot to talk about, from rain chances, storm chances, heat, humidity, nicer days versus the So yeah. We will obviously have more information to share with you coming up at 9:30 tonight. A lot could change with our data and subtle changes with the forecast. So definitely check back in with First Alert Weather Extra for an early preview of your forecast. Again, that's at 9:30 tonight. Have a great day.